Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me all right? Great. I would like to start by acknowledging the land that we're on. Royal Roads University is situated on the ancestral land of the Lekwungen-speaking people of both the Songhees and the Esquimalt nations. And I raise my hands in appreciation of their continued teaching and knowledge that is shared with us and the sharing of their lands and their water. Haishka. I'd like to ask a question now by everyone by show of hands. How many in this room know our host today, Ruth Mojid? Isn't she one brilliant networker? Well, Ruth was enrolled in a leadership program here at Royal Roads. She was seeking an internship. So Victoria Foundation enjoyed a wonderful 6 months of having Ruth on our staff team. Ruth went everywhere with us. She was part of the internal planning, the community events, and volunteering. We all learned a lot about Nigeria. But what we learned most importantly, what it is like of the experiences for someone like Ruth when they first come to Canada and to our community. And we found her focused, ever so curious, and quite persistent. So today, the Inclusion Project really reflects Ruth's values and vision. It is a forum to promote public-private sector collaboration on diversity, equity, and inclusiveness for newcomers. The goal is to connect stakeholders in business, civil society, government, and post-secondary with a focus on newcomer experience as well as critical issues around gender equity, racial inclusion, and youth engagement. The Victoria Foundation is the connection to civil society, or the charitable sector, as some of you may know it. For those of you who don't know the Victoria Foundation, we have been around since 1936, making us the second oldest community foundation in Canada after the Winnipeg Foundation. We are known for our tagline, connecting people who care with causes that matter. And we really do that by managing charitable gifts from donors whose generosity allows us to create permanent income earning funds. The proceeds from these funds are distributed to grant causes that donors wish to support, either right here in our community, across the province, or across Canada. Our total assets under management are $335 million, and we grant out $2 million a month to areas in our region or across the country. Our work centers around improving the well-being of this community. We undertake a range of initiatives with specific aim to strengthen civil society, and we put our leadership at the forefront of everything that we do. We gain community knowledge through an annual program of vital signs, and you'll find copies of these on your table today. And vital signs is an annual checkup that measures the vitality of the region. It identifies concerns and supports actions on issues that are critical to our quality of life. We do this report to connect philanthropy to opportunities and challenges in the community. And we work within the framework of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, better known as the SDGs. And the connection of this between the changes that we see locally and globally are of high interest to our donors today. They're not just interested in the small picture, they want to see the big picture. Community-based research has guided our work as a community foundation. Recently, in partnership with the University of Victoria, we wanted to know both the economic and social impact of civil society in our region. The results showed an economic impact of $4 billion annually, equivalent to 63,000 full-time jobs and $300 million in municipal taxes. It also shows how the sector is contributing to the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and this is a sector we believe we really have to support. When we look at addressing the big issue, one of the big issues in our community of food security, we recognize that we have 50,000 people in our community that are food insecure. So we're focused on the social development goal number 2, zero hunger, and our goal is a food secure region. We are engaged with 50 charitable organizations, 7 supermarkets, and a virtual army of volunteers. Every day, 4 tons of food are flowing out of the food distribution center in Esquimalt, feeding over 35,000 people a year. Our goal now is, through collaboration with partners, to secure the building so that we can continue to feed our communities most vulnerable. And we are moving closer and closer to that goal every day. So we would welcome any one of you that would like to come on a tour of this center if you really want to see civil society in action. Community engagement and belonging and inclusion are at the heart of the work that we do to improve community well-being. We hosted an event with community partners several years ago, and it included panelists Khalil Sharif from the Aga Khan Foundation and Calgary Mayor Naheed Nenshi, and it was facilitated by Mayor Lisa Helps. They talked about belonging and inclusion and pointed to marginalization as the twin of social isolation. To increase belonging, they suggested the need for innovative platforms to bring people out of private space, to bring them out together to contribute to the community.